Hello, everyone. Let's just make sure the audio is working because sometimes I forget to turn on the audio. So please let me know in the chat if you can actually hear me speaking and stuff. That would be great. And welcome to a early morning live stream for me. I don't know what time it is for you guys. Maybe all over the world, maybe in the US or in Canada. I don't know where you guys are, but yeah, for me, 8 a.m. Woke up at 7 to get ready for this. So yeah, early morning Star Trek. It's pretty exciting. It's a drizzly. Actually, you know what? I can see some sun peeking through my blinds. So I was gonna say it's a drizzly Sunday morning, but it's actually kind of like a nice sunny morning. So maybe after this, I'll go for a walk outside or something. But nice to see a bunch of people here. Hopefully excited to watch Star Trek 2009. Just to make sure everything is loud and clear. Like everything is clear for this reaction slash commentary slash watch along. Is that most of you are probably aware, I have seen this movie before. I reacted to this movie on the channel when I was watching all my other Star Trek movies. But the theme of the live stream for this month, usually I do a monthly live stream on Patreon. So if you want to go check that out, I do a live stream every month on Patreon. And the theme that the Patrons pulled for this month were favorites Feb. So it was like all of my favorite movies, or most of my favorite movies. I put them on a poll, and this movie won. Star Trek 2009 is one of my favorite movies. I have watched this movie a few times. I've watched this movie a few times, so this isn't definitely a first time reaction. Like, this is definitely not a first time reaction. It's just a movie that I love, and I wanted to share my love of this movie with you guys as well. So yeah, I'll be interacting with you guys on the chat a lot. I'll be talking over a lot of the movie. So if this is the first time watching for this movie for you, then this is probably not the right place to do it. But if you've seen this movie before and you want to just kind of have fun and talk and just enjoy this movie. I know, well, there's a lot of people that hate this movie, but I think there's a lot to like about Star Trek 2009 as well. And it was a movie that got me personally into Star Trek. This movie, and plus this trilogy in extension, this J.J. Abrams trilogy, is what got me into Star Trek. Like, this was my first Star Trek content. This is what I watched first. So there is good in these movies, you know what I mean? Like, even if they are different, they're blockbuster movies, they're action movies, there's still something good about them, and let's find that together. And I think there's a lot of good in this first movie. Anyways, you're gonna need your own copy of the movie as well. I'm not sure if you were aware of that or not, but if you were not, you're gonna need your own copy because obviously copyright law and stuff. I can't just show the movie on YouTube while I'm live streaming it. So the screen that you're seeing now is the screen that is going to be on while you're watching the movie. This timer is going to be playing. So it's going to help you sync up. I'll try and talk over credits and stuff so you can sync up and have a better idea of where I am. But yeah, the movie will not be playing on the screen. You're going to need your own copy. Besides that, I'm just going to scroll through the chat because it seems like we have a few chats. I saw that it was someone's birthday who was at the Theory of Science. Happy birthday, the Theory of Science. 22 years old. It was actually my birthday last week and I turned 23. So we're, we're pretty much the same age there. Just want to say happy birthday. And in terms of your request for tank tops, I actually don't own a tank top. So I can't do that because I just don't own a tank top. Don't I just don't wear tank tops, so I've just never owned a tank top. So unfortunately, I can't do your request because I don't have a tank top. But I do want to shout out you and say happy birthday, and I hope that you have a really great day today. I don't know if you're doing anything fun. That'd be nice to know if you're doing anything fun or something like that. Let's see if there's any other people talking about this. Someone saw this, Movie Making Media saw this in an advanced screening a couple days before it released, which is so cool. I've always wanted to go see a movie in like an advanced screening, but I've never done that before. But I think it would be so much fun, especially for like a movie franchise or just a movie that I'm really excited for. Like, I don't know, even like soon, like Dune 2 is coming into theaters soon, and I'm really excited for that. It'd be cool to see that like 3 days in advance, you know what I mean? Like, that would be kind of cool. Seems like people are saying my audio is good. I should have checked that before I just went on that whole ramble. Beyond is my favorite, also says Movie Making Media. I really like Beyond as well. I think I'd go Star Trek 2009, Beyond, and then Into Darkness. I think Into Darkness is my least favorite. Beyond and Star Trek 2009 are very close to me. I really do love Beyond, but Star Trek 2009 beats it out based on purely nostalgia. This again, I was a kid when I watched this movie for the first time, so a lot of nostalgia there. Sorry, I know you guys might be itching to watch Star Trek. I'm just sometimes people join a little late, so I'm just kind of talking until people join here. 10 a.m. It seems like it's 10 a.m. for a lot of people. Benny Ford said, oh, welcome, Benny Ford, by the way. He said, I left 2 hours early from work. Why did the patrons vote for such an early time? Yeah, I know. Usually patrons vote for 4 p.m. Usually 4 p.m. is when I do the live stream. So, even before the time, like I pull for the movie and then I pull for the day and then I pull for the time. So the patrons have the power over movie, day, and time. And they chose today at 8 a.m. Usually they choose a weekend at 4 p.m. And so in the calendar, I always book it for 4 p.m. before the time pool is finished. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's at 8 a.m. So here we are today, 8 a.m. The movie is free on YouTube right now. Oh, that's awesome. If you have Paramount Plus, then it's free on Paramount Plus as well. But pretty awesome, Evan, if it's free on YouTube. I did not actually know that. Yeah, Chris B, you like the look of the Enterprise in these movies, and I agree. I think Enterprise looks so beautiful. Again, this is my Enterprise. This is the Enterprise I grew up with, so I love this Enterprise so much. Um, yeah, Homo Solari says that Discovery gets a lot of hate. That's one of the shows, right? It's one of the newest shows. But it's what got you into Star Trek, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. This movie is what got me into Star Trek. Sharon says that Ollie doesn't dare wear a tank top. He wouldn't want to make his folks nervous flashing with those guns. Yeah, the guns. My little spaghetti noodle arms. Trying to work them up to become guns. I'm starting to go to the gym, but but I don't. I wouldn't call them guns right now. Maybe I don't know what's small. What's smaller than a gun? Like a little. Those like pop rocket things where you like it's like a fake grenade and you put a little pop thing on the end and you just do it as like a prank when you're a kid. That's like a pop gun or something, a BB gun maybe. 4 p.m. in England. Maybe a lot of British people voted actually on the poll. 4 p.m. in England, 8 a.m. here. That makes a lot of sense. Beyond is tied with First Contact as a favorite, says Homo Solari. Okay, that's pretty awesome. First Contact will become one of my favorites the more I watch First Contact. First Contact was awesome. Benny Ford says, I request that you don a winter coat sometimes. Dude, I would love to wear a winter coat during a reaction. The only issue is that it's very, very hot. It's you know what I mean, like I have to react with my window closed and stuff, and then my room gets a little sweaty, and especially in here, like I can't really control the temperature of my room, so no coat, or else I'll just be like dripping sweat. Not a very nice image. Jonathan, welcome, Jonathan. You'll learn to not give that option again. I think you're talking about the tank top. Movie making media, can you react to First Contact? I have already done a reaction to First Contact, but if you mean live stream it, maybe. I have been debating live streaming some of my favorite of the older Star Trek movies as well, but it hasn't come to fruition yet, and it's still like in the planning stages. But if you mean just like a regular reaction, I've already reacted to First Contact. Pea shooters, says Kyle. Yes, my arms are like pea shooters. Congrats. Yeah, that's a good one. David says it's been really nice here the past few weeks, but now today it's mid-40s and fog rain. Oh my god. fog fog rain, that sucks. And George Jordan Vision, I think that's how you would pronounce that, says let's not make our boys sweat. Yeah, I mean it's not like I have something against sweating. It's just it's probably not the most visually pleasing thing to watch me sweat so balls on live stream. You know what I mean? Check plans beyond DS9, says T&L Plumbing. Last one before we get into the movie, I promise, because we're about 10 minutes. So everyone who's going to come has probably already arrived. Check plans before DS9 is probably Voyager. Maybe do a little bit of TNG here and there. I know you guys. Okay, wait. I know that some of you guys are sad that I didn't do full-on TNG from start to finish. That's because when I watched TNG in the first place, I didn't really know if I would want to continue watching the show. And I also watched TNG in the first place for the movies. That's why I didn't do TNG in its full. And now, since I've done so many TNG episodes already, just scattered ones, I feel like it's not worth it for me to do the whole run again because there's already so many episodes that I've seen. But at the same time, I want to do a whole run of TNG at some point, either on my own time or on the channel. So I don't really know what to do there, but I don't have time to do both Star Trek shows. But after DS9, we're definitely doing Voyager, as long as I'm still reacting after DS9. Because life has a strange thing, and I'm leaving uni and graduating in April, and then I don't know, either going back to school in September for 2 more years, or buggering off and doing another job, or doing a job, you know what I mean? So, life is weird like that. But if I am reacting after DS9, then boom, we'll go on to Voyager. If not, then yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, the chat is still chatting, but I will start the movie. How about that? I will start the movie. So hopefully everyone has their own copies ready on the same screen or on a different screen. Just let me know in the chat. Just say, yes, we're ready to go. And then we can hit play on this bad boy. Yeah, I have seen Titanic. The Theory of Science says, have you seen Titanic? Titanic was actually, I don't know if it was on this poll, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, Titanic. I actually just want to do like a video on my favorite movies and just talk about my favorite movies, like a top 10, and just like talk for 5 minutes about each of my favorite movies, because I love, like, Titanic is one of them that I wouldn't react to, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Sue Lee said, ready to go. Hellfish said, honestly, DS9 is a Trek show that accommodates stream reacts the best. Yeah, DS9 feels very easy to react to because it's episodic but serialized at the same time. I don't know, it's really interesting. Evan said, ready. Okay, I think 2 people saying ready means everyone is ready. Matt says we're ready, so there we go. Benny Ford is ready. And Daniel is also ready, so I think we are going to start. Hopefully everyone has your fingers over your remotes. If not, you can always pause the live stream and be like 1 second behind live or something. Anyways, fingers on buzzards, buzzards, fingers on the birds. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the reaction, everyone, and I will be pressing play in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, I just need to make sure it's working. Okay, it seems like it's working. So we got the Paramount logo. I'll try and help you guys like figure out where we are. By the way, the music already is so good, right? Spyglass. I don't know if me saying that helps. Entertainment. But I do need to turn it up on my end here. I need to blast my ears with, what do you call his name? Michael Giacchino's incredible, sexy, orgasmic score here. Benny Ford says he'll only watch Titanic if you were reacting to it. Have you seen it before? Do you like it? Okay, Enterprise has appeared. I always forget that the opening is so epic in this movie, but it is. Guys, don't you love the do-do-do-do-do-do? Oh, the sound effects? Yeah, Homo Solari, Michael Giacchino is always a win. Always a win. I always thought that this captain was the most Romulan looking human being of all time. I need it even louder. I need to break my ears with the sound here. With those deep horns. Oh, sorry. I did not mean the Enterprise. I meant the Kelvin. My bad. I was just too excited. Dude, imagine. Oh man, I was a kid. I was wow, that's so cool. I didn't know Star Trek could be like actiony. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I was like, Star Trek's so boring and slow. And then I saw this, I was like, Star Trek's awesome. The way that, oh, the silence there. Gary, I have heard of Star Trek Continues. I actually looked it up, and I was thinking about doing reactions to it, but I'm not sure if I will or not. But it's on the cards. Mr. Kirk. The theory of science. Who are the Titanic characters Lovejoy and Master Arms? I'm gonna need you to elaborate. I don't remember those characters. You know, the scale of everything is done so well in these movies. Oh, Homo Solari. That's actually really cool that it's Borg and Romulan combined. That's actually, you could kind of see the Borg influence in it though. That's interesting. Oh, Benny Ford, I would die to watch this in theaters. This would be so much fun to watch in the movie theaters, just loud and awesome. The Squid Ship. Oh, movie making media. I bet that this blew you away in IMAX. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm just thinking about it. You know, the end of this movie in IMAX would be insane. No, Suli, it makes my brain hurt as well. It always trips me up that Thor is Kirk's father. Terminated. Nero is the Terminator. I love this evacuation so much. Movie making media, I have not seen Picard season 3 because I've heard there are spoilers for DS9 and Voyager, so I probably won't watch Picard season 3 for a while until at least I'm done those shows. But I will react to it eventually if I am still reacting by the time I get to Picard Season 3. Yeah, today is not a good day to die, Suli. Exactly. Sure. Your wife is not on board. We're leaving without her. Can you imagine? Yeah, Chris B. I agree. That lady with the big eyes used to scare me so much. I used to like look away. Are you ready for one of my favorite scores in this entire movie? And even in Star Trek, really. I love this song. Like, it's just so beautiful. I love the muffled phaser sounds. Even the, whatever you call them, the lights, the flare lights, what do you call them? I forget the name at the moment. But they look nice in this moment too. Lens flare. Whew, that's sexy. It's a very clean baby with just yeah, Tiberius not a great first name. Oh, that's so sexy, that shot. Oh. Even now, after watching this movie like so many times, I get chills in that moment. I don't know if you guys do it too, but I get chills in that moment. Suli, I understand the hatred for the lens flares, and I think they get overused as well. But I quite like the lens flares in this movie from time to time. I think there are times where they're used right, and there are a lot more times where they're used wrong. I think that was one of the times that they were used right. Here comes the title reveal. Star Trek, here we go. What do you guys think of this title song here? As you can tell, I think I like it. I think I like it a little bit. And now we have little young Kirk driving over here. Iowa. Jordan's vision, do you mean it's a little clean? Like just a little clean, like everything just looks a little too pristine and visual effecty? Is that what you mean? Yeah, Evan, exactly. That's how you open a movie. Exciting and fun and action packed. It's so cool. Were you guys, after that intro, that epic intro, were you guys excited for this movie the first time that you watched it? I know people must have been fairly skeptical as well, but were you guys excited? Did that intro get you excited? Yeah, Suli, I think if there were just not as many lens flares, it would be less bothering. But it's just, there's so many lens flares that it's kind of distracting. Also, I love that RoboCop is just here. It's just RoboCop 4 here. And this is where Jim dies. Yeah, I do wonder if the Johnny Kid ever had plans, if there are like plans for him to come back or something, or if he was a character, like some random old character or something. Vulcan. Volcanot. The opposite of Vulcan. And I'm glad that the intro got some people's attention. Yeah, Matt, Suli, yeah, Jonathan, they were all pumped up by the intro. Oh, Jonathan, I seen the RoboCop remake. I actually saw that in theaters. Yeah, yeah. I love Vulcan bullying so much. Wow. They really don't butcher their words. Oh, yeah, what? No, you guys know what I mean. I think Trek. I just saw Chris B's thing about Trek needing a movie like this to shoot adrenaline to it, especially because there was some time between Nemesis, which was badly received, to this movie, which I think was received fairly well as just an opening movie. I think it did. I need something to excite people about Star Trek again. You know what I mean? I think it was the right choice to make it a little bit more actiony, but you could have made like a more cerebral movie as the second movie, but I guess it's on trend with the theme, like the thematic elements of this movie as well. Yeah, Homo Solari, those three kids are Vulcanauts. They cannot think logically. I don't think Spock's blood is green in this entire trilogy. I swear he's bled a few times and it hasn't been green. Is that Winona Ryder? Sarek wasn't a great parent in the original shows though as well, wasn't he? He only became a good parent like at the very end of the show. I feel there was that closure between the two characters. Aha, Devin and Homo Solari and Jonathan say it is Winona Ryder, which means it probably is. I'm joking. Which means it is. Spock, Spock, Spock. I hate when that guy says that, despite your disadvantage. Don't you just want to whack him across the face? I love how he says live long and prosper like that. Hatred, live long and prosper. Yeah, Kira, that's what I'm saying. You can feel the disdain and live long and prosper. It's like he's spitting on them or something, you know what I mean? Alan Hero, hello, what's shaking? What's shaking with me is I'm watching Star Trek 2009 and enjoying myself. What's shaking with you? Cardassian Sunrises. I didn't know until I watched TNG and DS9. And now I know what a Cardassian is. And what a Cardassian Sunrise is, actually. I've seen one made. Zoo animals as well. Ugh. All new Doctor Who book club podcast. Great name, by the way. There is no Frank in this trilogy. Maybe that's why people don't like it as much, because there's no Frank. Homo Solari, you're actually right. He is a lot like young Picard. I didn't think about that, but it makes a lot of sense. I've seen some young Picard episodes of TNG. This is such an unfair fight. These guys, there's no honor in these guys fighting, you know what I mean? Like, one-on-one fight him, come on. Meant for something better. Yeah, Benny Ford, make that teenage Kirk series happen. You could be the showrunner, okay? I love that line. I dare you to do better. Oh, I don't know why that line is just so good. Boris, you're saying that you don't hate this timeline anymore, the Kelvin timeline, but you hated it a lot in the beginning. What made you hate it so much in the beginning, and then what made you learn to accept it? You know what I mean? To maybe appreciate it a little bit more. Yeah, Doctor Who podcast, the music in this trilogy is absolutely nuts to butts insane. I agree with you. I have so much of this trilogy, like the score on my music playlist that I listen to and study to and stuff. It's just so swooping and beautiful, and the Enterprise being made. That is such a sexy shot, isn't it? Also, I don't know if anyone said, but I really like the look of his bike. Almost Solari, you're right. Picard did lose his heart. But Kirk just got a talking to. Okay, we'll ban Benny Ford for this show. We'll ban all of the Patreons who are on the Star Trek level together. And we can make this young Kirk Star Trek show. How about that? No way, Jonathan. The prequel movie was almost made instead of Star Trek 6. I'm glad they made Star Trek 6 because that was like my favorite one, I think, of those original 6 movies. And Jordan Edge Vision said, I wouldn't mind riding around. Yeah, that bike was so sexy. I would not mind riding around on a bike like that as well. Betty Ford, I don't know if you're watching the DS9 reactions that I'm doing. It's a big commitment. It's a big commitment. But if you have any interest in Star Trek, I would definitely recommend checking out some of DS9 at least. I don't know, starting and just seeing if you like it because honestly, the show will surprise you, and it surprised me. And I thought it was. I think I not thought it, I'm still in it. I think it's amazing. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. 3 years later. I love how stealthy the ship is in space. You know what I mean? Like the silhouette is there, but you can't really see that much detail because it's kind of dark in space. You know what I mean? Like I just like the look of it a lot. Oh, Kyle, they've already done a young Kirk. Man. Pretend Strange New Worlds doesn't exist. Yeah, Homo Solari. Star Trek adheres to the rule of cool. Exactly. Ooh, Kira versus Onsen Rowe. Who wins that battle? I think Kira wins that battle personally. It's the Squid Ship, guys. Creepy ghost stories. Hello, hello from Canada, and hello to you in India. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for dropping by. Evan, you don't like Strange New Worlds? Benny Ford, that does make a lot of sense. Yeah, it would be a very big Blu-ray investment. One day, if you get to it, my reactions will be there. It's a great show if you're ever interested in watching Star Trek. I highly recommend DS9. So the for the damage thing, I just assume that they fixed it. You know what I mean? In 3 years, like they found somewhere and fixed it. The mouth breather. No way, Homo Solari. The Starfleet Academy scenes were shot at your school. That's so awesome. Yeah, you're from Starfleet Academy. Jordan is fishing is that Shrek and Fiona's daughter. I'll never be able to watch that scene the same way again. Yes, it is. Oh, that's awesome. There's a musical episode of Star Trek though. That's insane. Is that good? People seem to like it. Where do you get that apple from? Yeah, Suli, I see your point. Like, where would they get the materials from? I guess I just never thought about it that hard, but it does. Yeah, it makes sense. Where would they get that Borg Romulan material? You're right. There should be some damage. Kira, yes, I did see him in Dungeons and Dragons. I do think he's amazing as Kirk, and I really love Dungeons and Dragons as well. I watched that on an airplane actually, and I enjoyed myself so much that I actually bought it so I could watch it again. I don't know, it's just such a good time. From enemies to lovers. No, Doctor Who book club podcast. I have not actually read the comic, the prequel comic for this movie. I haven't read anything Star Trek. I've only watched Star Trek. So, any recommendations? Comics, books? Shek's daughter in the background. Oh, I'll never unsee it. I can't tell you guys how much I love the Vulcan scene. I love it so much. All of these people are dying. Oh, Benny Ford, you watched all the Star Trek, this trilogy of Star Trek movies? Oh, man, I'm so glad you had a good time. I actually really like this trilogy a lot. And for all the issues that Into Darkness has, I still quite like it. And they're just fun. They're just fun popcorn movies, you know what I mean? Too many flares in my eyes. Benny Ford, yeah. That is I think my biggest issue is just lens flare, lens flare, lens flare, lens flare, lens flare. In case you get mud fleas, buddy. Oh, here we go. Listen to the song. You think there'd be STDs still, Chris? I feel like they would be abolished. Oh my god, here we go. The spaceport. Oh, it's so sexy, isn't it? The Enterprise reveal is majestic. You have to. You cannot lie. See, he's pumped me so much up that I'm boxing the air. Oh, Benny, you haven't seen them yet. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll probably do watch alongs to them at some point. So, good call, good call. I think you'll really like Beyond, the third one. Beyond is really fun. Jordan's vision, he introduced STDs to space. Okay, Sulu. Guys, rate this Enterprise out of 10 from 1 to 10 right now. Devin, I don't have a PO box, but if you send me an email on the link that I have on my description somewhere, like if you go to my about page on YouTube, there should be an email. Send me an email, ask like just saying what you want to send, and I can give you a place to send it. Okay. Thank you so much. If you have fan mail though, that would make my day. People like this Enterprise 9, 8, 8, 9.2, 7 from Shira, a little bit lower, but still pretty good. 8.5, 7.5. Punch it, Sulu. Kyle says 7. 8 out of 10, kind of funky. How do you say them? Nacelles? Nacelles? But very sleek. Yeah, it's just so sleek and sexy, you know what I mean? Apple Store interior is like a 2 from Jonathan. Apple Store interior. I can't unsee that now either. Aw, rest in peace, Chekhov. Vitor 2. Christian asked if I could name my own ship, what would the name be? Good question. Could I name it Huxley after my dog? You're going to USS Huxley. K9 class ship, Doctor Who podcast, exactly. Oh, Jordan's Vision. I didn't know that he was born in the USSR. but then he left when he was a baby. That's interesting. That's cool though. Devin, canine class. It would be canine class. Making a new class, the biggest class, canine class. Jonathan, there is talks of doing a fourth one, but I can understand that. There's a great scene in Beyond for Anton's death, though. Like, you know the one with the three whiskey glasses, and then there's Kirk and I think it's Scotty or Bones or something, and then they cheers the third glass for Anton. Really, really heart wrenching scene that. Wow. Again, the scale of this movie, guys, really cool. A woman, woman, woman Romulans are woman ones. Day of my birth, birth. Oh, the Sulu kiss was cut in some countries. I guess that makes sense why it was cut in some countries, but I like that moment. Bee! Pull the brake. Oh yeah, relieve the lieutenant. What a useless lieutenant. Put a horror in. Shields up, red alert, guys. Ha 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 ha. I love this moment. Woo! I love how when we're farther away from the ship, the sound is quieter. You know what I mean? I think that's really cool. Also, really love that sound. The I really like that. Oh, sexy beast of a ship. That's what he's thinking. He's going, wow, that's a sexy ship. I can't destroy it. The wide camera Evan? Do you mean the like him on screen, Nero on screen? He looks like stretched, doesn't he? So funny. Yeah, Benny Ford. I do like the shaky shots and the stable exterior shots and stuff. Dude, Crispy, I love Shaun of the Dead. I love Shaun of the Dead. Whenever I see him, whenever I see Simon Pegg, I want to watch Shaun of the Dead as well. Or Hot Fuzz. That's cool. It's just a small little dot. Okay. The truth, yes, I will be watching Voyager, but after DS9, because I would watch them simultaneously at this point, but I just don't have time at the moment with school and other things, activities and stuff. So, and doing like 3 videos a week is already a lot. So, and editing and stuff. So, yeah, I would love to do them like simultaneously. I just don't have the time, unfortunately. So after DS9, Voyager is going to have to be. Boo! I love they get sucked up. Woo! So cool. And the silence. I love that the random guy is in a red outfit because he's a red shirt. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, sure. Sure, I'm gonna be in my 10th year of university by the time I finish DS9. I will take my time with DS9. I'm enjoying it too much to rush that show. Optimal Delusion, I'm awesome. How are you? Oh, is Sulu a fencer on TOS as well? Olsen just has a death wish, dude. Olsen did not pass physics. At least he died instantly, you know. Aw, poor Sulu, man. That's just unlucky. Jonathan said helmet fight. It is a helmet fight. Oh! Let me tell you, Sulu is not fighting bare chested here. Long live the king. The truth, I'm majoring to become a teacher. So right now I'm doing an English honors degree, which I'm doing a thesis for. Oh, that guy got absolutely burned alive, first of all. I'm doing an English honors degree and I'm doing my thesis right now. And then I've applied to schools for September for doing 11 to 16 month teaching course. And then I will hopefully become a teacher and I can work either here in Canada or around the world. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I actually just got into a school yesterday, so I was pretty excited. I got into one of the schools yesterday. It was the backup, but still, I was excited. You know what I mean? Patricia, hello. I can see you saying it's you. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, there was green blood, guys. I didn't even register it, but there was green blood. Oh man, goodbye, Vulcan. convenience, sir. Wow, Vulcan just going, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Thank you for the congratulations, guys. It does, Jonathan, make my life a lot less stressful because at least I have somewhere to go in September, you know what I mean? I want to see one of these new Star Trek movies use the Borg. Like, you actually use the Borg, have the Borg cube or something. You know what I mean? Yes, Jordan Vision. That means new background next year. I don't know where I'll be living come September, but it won't be this room. I have to leave this room in April. Or maybe May. I always love that line. We won't reach minimum safe distance if we don't leave immediately. Because she says it so quietly. You know what I mean? Like she's just saying it to herself. Ooh, let's go Chekhov. Who's better at the transporter, Chekhov or O'Brien? That's a good question. Put the name in the chat. O'Brien or Chekhov better at transporter? Thanks, Shortage Vision. Moving is moving is hard. I'm not looking forward to it at all. And Homo Solari, I am so excited. I hope Star Trek 4 is a thing, and I hope the Borg are in it. Oh, Homo Solari is just saying Scotty, something I didn't even say, but you know what? Scotty makes sense. Scotty does make sense. Oh, and the truth thing is Jordy is better. Okay. Okay. So Scotty, okay, between Scotty and Georgie, Scotty and Jordy then, who's better? Welcome, Martin. Cool that you're cool. Are you in Germany right now? That's really awesome, and cool that you grew up in Jean Luc. That'd be an awesome era to grow up in Star Trek. Patricia, thank you so much for those very kind words. And Spock's mom has died. Oh, movie making media. Do I watch Doctor Who? Do I watch Doctor Who? I don't know if you can't see it. I have a huge Doctor Who poster right there. I haven't seen, granted, I haven't really watched the original series of Doctor Who, like the first, I don't know, older stuff, but from the 2006 remake, whatever, with Christopher Eccleston, I've seen every episode many, many times. Many, many, many times. I've rewatched Doctor Who probably 6 or 7 times from the Christopher Eccleston all the way to the end of Jodie Whittaker. I'm so excited for the new season. The truth, where's my dog? My dog is not here. I'm at university right now. So my dog is not in my dorm. I am in my dorm, but I have yeah, I sometimes I have a different background, right? That's because I'm at home and my dog is at home. So I'm always excited to see her. And because I'm doing my thesis, I have the freedom to go back and forth a lot. So, she'll be in more videos in the next few months. Movie making media, I do like the 60th specials. I was a little disappointed in them. I was expecting a little bit more maybe, but I enjoyed them overall. I really liked Wild Blue Yonder. That was my favorite one, I think. Chris Species studying animal human relations. That's funny. Yeah, I really want to do a live stream with the dog. I think I've done one before. Or I definitely done one live stream at home. I don't know if the dog was there or not. Hugh, uni is doing well. I'm doing well in uni, hopefully. I have only my thesis left before I graduate, and yeah, so it's stressful. It's a lot of work to do, but we're getting there. Homo Solari, yeah. I don't really know how much I like Spock and Ahura as a couple either. Oh, Patricia, that's so awesome. What the heck? You watch movies and content create and stuff as well? That's really, really cool. I'm so glad that you can do that and that you've watched so many cool movies. Thank you so much. It has been destroyed. Oh, so it happened. Don't tell me it didn't happen. I've always wondered why there's just like swamp on this ship. You know what I mean? I hate when movies use giant slugs. Ah, it's always hard to watch. Bro, Benny Ford, look. I know you really want me to react to Midsommar. Right here, it's right above my head. This beautiful Midsommar director's thing. I really want to react to it using this copy because it's so cool and beautiful. I just admire it all the time. Patricia, what's my favorite all-time favorites? Lord of the Rings, Star Wars Episode 3 specifically, La La Land. Those would be my top three. Patricia, you haven't seen Lord of the Rings? Watch Lord of the Rings, dude. Watch Lord of the Rings. It's so good. I kind of want to do like a reaction series to them, even though I've seen them a bunch. I just wanna watch them express my thoughts with you guys. So I might do that. Matsy, I have seen the sequels. I'll tell you my thoughts very briefly. Force Awakens, I understand why it's like A New Hope. I understand getting fans into it. I quite like The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi, actually really like The Last Jedi. The last one, Rise of Skywalker, I hate it. That's all I'll say. There's some cool moments in The Rise of Skywalker. Some really cool moments, but overall, it sucks. The Last Jedi, very controversial, I think. I quite like it. I really like that they just abandoned Kirk on the most random ice planet of all time. Dude, Kyle, marathon live streaming all three extended Lord of the Rings movies would take like 14 hours. That's so madness. I don't know if I would live stream them, marathon them. I don't know if I have the patience for that. To be fair, I don't know. If I have the strength for that live streaming. I've definitely marathoned them before, like the extended editions, but live streaming them is a whole different beast. I think I would just react to them and then we could watch them. You could watch them with me uncut or something. Let's see. What do you think of the sequels? Give me your very brief ratings of the three sequel movies. Yeah, Jordan Edge Vision as well. I agree. Any 3 hour movie, no matter how good it is, I'm like, oh my god, I need time. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be in the mood to watch a 3 hour movie. Kira, yeah, I need to be pampered during that 14 hours of streaming. I'm, I'm joking, but I would have to figure out food and stuff. Hey, I didn't know my brother made an appearance in this movie. I quite like the design of this giant red beast demigorgon looking monster. Oh yeah, did anyone know that Leonard Nimoy was going to be in this movie before he appeared? Look, guys, I can kind of do it now. After watching Star Trek for so long, I can kind of do it. Okay, Matt, 10 out of 10 Force Jedi, 8 out of 10 Rise, 6 out of 10. I respect that. I respect that. I'm glad you liked Last Jedi. A lot of people hate that movie. Evan says that overall likes the sequels as well. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad people are appreciating the sequels in some way. Chris, have a good day running errands in the rain. Hopefully you don't get too wet, and thank you so much for the donation as well. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. And I'll see you for DS9. Oh, he was in the trailers? Well, that sucks. Why was he in the trailers? What a what a loser thing to do. The future. Suli, past tense. I am so excited for you guys to watch my reaction to past tense. It is top notch. Yeah, Benny Ford. I appreciate this movie so much more after watching the originals. I actually like this movie more after seeing the original movies and the shows and stuff. You know what I mean? Like the context. I don't know, and it doesn't hinder the movie. It actually makes it better. Martin, what anime intro are you talking about? Of some DS9 reacts? What anime intro are you talking about? Like the one that's in front of every DS9 reaction? The flashbacks here set the stage for Picard. Interesting. Yeah, Patricia, good luck with your YouTube content and have a good day. I'm kind of hoping, Suli, to rewatch Past Tense, that DS9 episode, live stream it on August 30th, 2024, because that's exactly when the episode is set. Okay, so you are, Martin, you are talking about just the intro that's in front of every DS9 reaction. It's just the intro of the show, and then I put my name. I just like put a text of my name, like Roly Poly Oly presents or something, right? I just put a text over it, just boom, boom. You know what I mean? And it's very simple. It's very simple. It's just two things. So are you wanting to know how to do it? Yeah, I think it's good that they made this. Jonathan is saying that he's glad that they made this its own little timeline. I think it's good that they made this its own timeline because Trek fans can don't need really need to complain about the movies if they don't like them because it's not part of the original timeline anymore. I survived the Bell Riots T-shirt. Oh, that's actually I need to take a picture of that. That's a good idea. We'll live stream. We won't live stream watching the episode. We'll actually live stream the Bell Riots Suli. Oh, Martin, I know what you're talking about. It's for the premieres. It's for the premieres. That's just a YouTube generated premiere countdown. Like the it starts from like 60, 59, right or whatever. It's a minute long and then it goes into my actual intro. I didn't make that. I didn't make that at all. It's just a YouTube generated thing. I just thought it looked cool. Green-blooded hobgoblin. You know, I always forget how late Scotty appears in this movie. And this little walnut looking friend. Goodbye, Homo Solari. Have a good day and live long and prosper. Thank you so much for joining the stream for a bit. You can eat like a bean. You just killed the beagle, dude. Yeah, seems like animal testing is still a thing in the future. Jordan Edge Vision. Jordan Vision. I have so much trouble saying that. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. Which I don't, by the way. Andrew, thank you so much for watching along with my DS9 reactions. I'm having so much fun watching that show with you guys. Kyle, Scotty's friend is a young Frank board. I could see it. I could see it. Jordange. Makes sense. Thank you. Let's make a young Morn series, guys. A young Frank Morn series. How he gets his name, why he's such a ladies' man, how does he become so sexy. We need a series about that. Wow, Andres, you've been watching the series DS9 since the beginning. That's really cool. No, go, you can. You come with me. So cool. Oh, do you guys like those like light streaks that come off the Enterprise when it's in warp? It's so sexy to me. Yeah, Martin, the stretchy effect to the ship is awesome, isn't it? Evan, he's in the brewery. Scotty just wanted a beer so quickly, so he went into the pipes. Dude, Andrew, you're a teacher? That's awesome. And are there any episodes, like examples that you've shown in class before? Oh yeah, Suli. Yeah, the wait between episodes is something I'm so glad I don't have to endure. I hate waiting. I hate waiting. But luckily, DS9 is done, so I can watch the whole thing. Someone give Scotty a towel, dude. I love this random guy in the background just watching the conversation. Martin, I agree. I love seeing the little people in the TNG episode inside the Enterprise. It's so awesome. It makes it feel alive. Boom! Emotionally compromised. Yeah, for me, the best for DS9 is yet to come. I'm almost at season 4. I think I have about I don't know, 4 weeks left before I'm at season 4, so about a month, which is going to be exciting. Yeah, Benny Ford, just don't talk about Spock's mom to Spock, ever. Luckily, though, guys, he didn't do the two-fisted Star Trek swing or something. That kills everyone. Or the karate chop? That kills everyone, too. Okay, we got Captain Kirk on the bridge. Good advice. Kirk's eyebrows are out of control, Benny Ford says. That's funny. Andrew, I haven't really gotten hit by copyright from Paramount, but season 3 has been the worst of the 3 seasons for copyright claims. It's been like maybe 4 or 5 episodes where I've had to go and kind of re edit stuff around. But so far, my format of how I present the reactions seems to be working, but it could get worse as DS9 seasons go on because they get more popular as they go on. You know what I mean? Okay, Spock. They do share a common ancestry, don't they? Oh yeah, Kirk. This is the start of their romance. I wonder why they chose that specific spot in the world to put the drill. You know what I mean? Oh, it's so sexy. Oh, this is so sexy. Oh, does that shot just not want to make you jump around and jump? Oh, Starfleet HQ. That makes so much sense. That's why they chose that spot. I think I'm just dumb. Martin, I haven't seen Babylon 5, but I heard a lot of people asking me to watch that. Suli, yeah, Starfleet HQ being epicenter of destruction and stuff. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. I just totally forgot that Starfleet HQ is in San Fran. Spock said her first name, like when Jake says Nerys to Kira. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work. Get it out of their mouths. Unfortunately for you, there's no common sense on the ship. The worst possible place to be beamed in. He's not upset that it's Spock. He just hates Vulcans. No, not a Vulcan. Andrew, you made your wife watch all 176 episodes of DS9? Did she enjoy them at least? Wow, Jonathan, this is the first use of her first name, Nyoda, right? Nyoda? It's kind of a cool name. Yeah, Jordange Vision. He, I had to say Orange in my head there. Uh, he's a Vulcanist. You can't be a Vulcanist in this day and age. Goodbye, Golden Gate Bridge. Ah, the squid ship in all its glory. Okay, C3PO over here. I love the triangle chair, but I do feel like it would be a little uncomfortable for the shoulders and stuff. He's just standing. Do you think he's been standing there for like 10 minutes? He's just been like waiting for Kirk to appear. Okay, Spock, blast those doors. They're called blast doors for a reason, you know? The drill is gone. It's so weak. Like, why didn't someone just get ships to fly up and shoot the top of the drill instead? That's such an easy thing to do. Okay, the Golden Gate Bridge is actually destroyed now. It has to have been. Whee! Evan thinks it missed the bridge. Okay, we'll say it missed the bridge. And Andrew, I will be doing Voyager after DS9. Doesn't that just look so cool? Whee! Kirk's ribs all broken right there. It's over. Pew! Oh my god, yes. Oh, that little action zoom. I love this like finale so much. Woo! Oh, hello. Oh, it's so sick. I can see what someone said something about the phasers. I can see what you mean by the phasers, but I still think they look cool. Okay, Pike. Okay, let's beam them out. Let's beam them out. And they're here. They're safe. Now we have to go. Now we have to go. It was. It was. The sound design, guys. I want to see this in IMAX. That shot of the Enterprise is sexy too. Not this time, yeah. We can do that for you. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, they are the singularity. Exactly, Evan. Oh, it's so sexy. Okay, now let's leave. Let's leave, guys. Yeah, Suli, the music here, and the music's about to get even better too. He's got to make a quick IPA beforehand. Oh, that's terrifying. Come on, Scotty! Oh, it looks so cool. Everything in space looks awesome. Oh, the sound design. I just want to be blasted by that sound design. Oh, yeah. Jordan's vision, yeah. My head is bopping, the music is sexy. Kyle, let's not talk about the giant black hole in the near Earth. That's it's not a problem at all. Andrew, I would love to watch Picard season 3, but again, I think there are spoilers to DS9 and Voyager in it, so I'm just gonna hold off until I finish those shows. Andrew, hopefully I'll see you here in 3 years if I'm still reacting in 3 years to watch Star Trek Picard season 3. You can. Rest in peace, Leonard Nimoy. Good luck. Good luck today, guys, whatever you do. Yeah, put aside logic, do what feels right. Suli, I really like that line as well. Hey guys, are you gonna say the end with me? Dune Part 1 is in IMAX this weekend. Interesting. Thrusters on full. Maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines at your command, sir. Nah, I'm not getting down. Benny Ford says he likes sexy Star Trek. Yeah, sexy Star Trek's pretty fun. Say it with me, guys. Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its ongoing mission, her ongoing mission, to explore strange new worlds. To seek out new life forms and new civilizations. A little different, isn't it? They go where no one has gone before. And that, my friends, is Star Trek 2009. That is the end of the movie. What did you guys think? What did you guys think? There's no after. I'm pretty sure there's no. Oh, I'm pretty sure there's no after credit of this movie at all. I'm just gonna let the credits play a little bit. But what do you guys think? Rate this movie out of 10. Give me a little synopsis of why you like this movie, why you don't like this movie. I would really like to hear your thoughts. We can have a little discussion for, I know I'll stay on for 10, 15 minutes, and you can just ask me questions and we can talk about the movie, and then I will go. Yeah, Evan, this track, this like credits track is so good. I agree with you. Yeah, Suli, I love that Spock delivers the captain's monologue. Yeah, I really like that Spock delivers the captain's monologue as well. Jordan's Vision says, sorry if I mispronounced. I just can't get it in my head. I mean, there's been so many Star Trek movies and shows. Is there anywhere left that no one has gone before? I think there is. I think there's unlimited potential with Star Trek, which is why I think it's such a good franchise, because you can make things that are very serious. We've had very serious episodes of DS9, for instance. You can make things really fun and lighthearted. We've had very fun and lighthearted episodes of DS9 as well, such as Move Along Home. You know what I mean? So anything is possible in Star Trek. Anything is possible in Star Trek. Any story you want, anywhere, anytime, any place, because you can time travel in Star Trek if you just work around it with writing a little bit. Anything is possible, and that's why Star Trek has so much potential, because you can do anything. Yeah, Major Hewitt, I forgot how fast this movie goes by. Great pacing, 8 out of 10. Yeah, the movie just, boom. Like, it's a 2-hour movie, but it just kind of goes, and then it's over, and you're like, whoa, that's the end of the movie. We're already at the finale, you know what I mean? We're already at the climax. Best of the Kelvin timeline Trek. Kyle, what do you think of Beyond and Into Darkness? I guess you like them less, but Beyond especially I'm more interested, because it seems like a lot of people really like Beyond. Okay, I'm taking it off. I have taken it off. I'm going to end the timer really quickly as well, because I always forget to do this, but today I'm proud of myself and I'm actually going to stop the timer. Haha, look at me go. I stopped the timer, everyone. Yeah. Anyways, based on Captain Kirk's underwear scene, I'm gonna give this an 8.5. That is so fair. That underwear scene alone is extra 5 stars right there. Oh, that's pretty funny. But what did everyone else think? Kyle says this is an 8. My dad hates Trek but loves the 2009 Trek movie. I know a lot of people who hate Star Trek but love the 2009 Star Trek or love the Kelvin timeline Star Trek movies. My brothers, for instance, they are just, I don't know, I'm trying to get them to watch Star Trek. I'm trying to get them to watch the original movies at least, to maybe watch some Next Generation, some DS9, but they're not having it. They're just like, no, I don't want to watch it. It looks boring, it looks dumb, it looks slow, it looks mundane. They're saying all these things, but they love the three J.J. Abrams Kelvin Star Trek movies. They love, J.J. Abrams technically didn't direct the third one. That was someone else. But they love these three Star Trek movies. So it's kind of for a different audience. But again, maybe these movies have opened the doorway for people who have always thought of Star Trek as being kind of slow and kind of old and boring. Maybe this Star Trek has opened the doorway and opened a path for them to explore Star Trek in different formats with the old movies and TNG and TOS and DS9 and Voyager and stuff like that. And that's what this did to me. So again, it's possible. This Star Trek is the reason why I wanted to watch the older Star Trek movies in the first place. So yeah, it could be cool. Let's see. Jonathan said Beyond was the best of these movies. I think Beyond is very close to being the best. Again, this one is only my favorite because of nostalgia, but I can respect your opinion if you say Beyond is the best. Kyle says I don't like Into Darkness. It's bad. Remake of Wrath of Khan. Beyond is probably a 7.75 for me, though. It's pretty good. Okay, so it seems like you do quite like Beyond. It's just Into Darkness. A lot of people have issues with Into Darkness, and after watching The Wrath of Khan, I agree. I think there are a lot of issues with it, but I think, again, if you watch Into Darkness and just, like, forget everything about Star Trek and just watch it as its own movie connected to this original, like, 2009 Star Trek, it's a fun time. It's a really fun time. And there's some really cool space, like, ship battles and stuff in that movie as well. Andrew says this movie in many ways is a 10 out of 10 for me. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm so glad that people are giving this movie like higher scores than I thought. I thought people were going to be like, oh, 6 or 7 maybe being the highest, but it seems like people are like 8 and 9s and 10s and stuff, which is so awesome. I think people are just kind of appreciate this movie in its own way, that it is different. It kind of reminds me of Star Trek Nemesis in that aspect, which is Star Trek 10, I believe. Just because Nemesis was a very action-oriented movie, and I feel like a lot of people were very critical of that movie, but I feel like there's a little bit more love towards Nemesis now than there maybe was upon its release, and I think the reason why it's easier to love Star Trek 2009 is because it's in its own separate timeline, and it doesn't touch the original timeline, and so they can kind of do things and change things, and fans can kind of breathe a breath and go, okay, they're not changing stuff that I love, they're changing stuff in another timeline, so they have the ability to do their own thing without upsetting fans, you know what I mean? So I think maybe that's why people could be a little bit more lenient on it. Jonathan says Into Darkness could have been a great movie if they hadn't tried to copy Khan. It looked forced. I think it could have been a great movie as well. I think it had a potential. The start, the music at the very start, the do 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 do. I can actually play that on piano. I won't do it right now though, but I can play that on the piano. It's really easy song to play. It's really fun though. I love that so much. The song got me into that movie so much, and then I think there's some good moments in Into Darkness again. Can't believe the director of, is Evan, by the way, can't believe the director of the Fast and Furious could make such a great Trek movie. Beyond, yeah, I think it's just the energy. I think the Kelvin timeline movies, they're just very energetic, and they're fast-paced, and they're kind of just blockbuster sci-fi movies. You know what I mean? They're sci-fi movies for everyone. There's not too much philosophicalness in them or anything like that. There's not too much downtime. And so Fast and Furious director actually makes sense for a Star Trek movie, especially, I don't know, I haven't seen the Fast and Furious franchise, but I heard that he made, like, the director had made some of the better Fast and Furious movies, and so it makes sense. Fast and Furious, whether you think it's schlocky or, like, cheesy and stuff, it can still be directed well. You know what I mean? And I have a feeling that some of the earlier ones, especially, were probably directed fairly well, and I think the guy who directed Beyond probably directed some of the earlier ones, or maybe just some of the better ones. So I think Fast and Furious and Star Trek, at least for the Kelvin timeline, is actually a good pairing for a director. I want a Tarantino Star Trek movie. I heard that the Tarantino Star Trek movie was potentially going to be a thing. Not anymore, but I heard that he was thinking about it at one point, which would have been so unique. It would have been so unique and so different. I wonder if fans would have hated it, though, or if they would have liked it, because I'm sure he would have done stuff to characters that would be very different than what they would originally have been. I feel like Tarantino would put his own spin on things, right? And so I do wonder, people would be excited for it, but I wonder what the reception of that movie would actually be. But I think it would have been fun no matter what. Andrew said Into Darkness should have been like The Dark Knight and put the bad guy front and center in the trailers. It didn't need to be a mystery box, just a smash up battle between Khan and the Enterprise crew. I think that's true, actually. I think we didn't really need that twist that he's Khan and stuff like that, the mystery box, because most people would know about Khan at this point, and I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like I agree. The mystery is kind of a little bit mundane in Star Trek Into Darkness, but I think if they had just kind of made it straightforward, like he is the villain from the get go, I think it would have been kind of fun. Okay, Jonathan agrees with me. Yeah, this and Nemesis both had more hatred when they were the newest Trek thing. Now that we knew there were better things to come, these are as good. These are good as their own thing. Yeah, okay. I think there's a lot. When I did my reaction to Nemesis, and everyone told me Nemesis was the worst Star Trek movie, maybe besides Star Trek 5. I thought Star Trek 5 was the worst Star Trek movie, to be fair. Or Insurrection. I actually hate I hate Insurrection, but I didn't like Insurrection that much. But Star Trek Nemesis, the very final movie of the TNG era, I actually enjoyed it one. I didn't think it was the best, but I enjoyed it. There were some weird scenes. That sand buggy scene was really off. I didn't. Why was that in the movie? But like some of the ship battles and stuff were extraordinary, and it seemed like in the comments section, a lot of people actually were finding their appreciation for Nemesis rather than just bashing on it and hating on it like they maybe had done when it first came out. And I think it's the same with Star Trek 2009. I feel like maybe people were very critical or overly critical of this movie when it came out, but looking back on it, it's actually a pretty well made, very fastly paced, like enjoyable movie. You know what I mean? Like the fact that it goes by so fast means that you must have enjoyed it in some way, right? Did I watch yesterday's Enterprise from TNG? It's a very familiar name. I have a feeling that I did, but you guys can let me know. I'm sure someone here knows if I have or not. I feel like I have. Yesterday's Enterprise is a very familiar name, and I would have reacted to it. You can search it up on reactions, TNG playlist or something. It'll be there if I reacted to it. Suli says, Andrew, I agree about putting Khan up front. I also think it's a shame that TPTB originally lied to fans and claimed that Khan wasn't a part of the film. TPTB, is that like a producer or something? They they lied. They lied. That's, oh my god. Kyle Lamb says Nemesis is fine, not great, but fine. I think it's fine. People were saying it's horrible. I think it's fine, and I think it has some good fun moments in space battles and stuff like that. And I think Young Tom Hardy is kind of fun. Sue Lee says the sand buggy thing was in there because Patrick Stewart loves driving vehicles like that and asked for an action. Oh, so Patrick Stewart put the really random, badly shot sand buggy scene in Nemesis. Okay, that tracks, I guess. It doesn't really track. Okay, yeah, I did react to Enterprise. Oh yeah, it's the Enterprise C episode with Tasha. Yeah. Yesterday's Enterprise. I do remember that episode. That was a great episode. Watch my reaction to that if you haven't. Okay, guys, yeah, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me about Star Trek or otherwise, then feel free to ask. I'll stay on for another like 5 minutes, and then I'm going to go eat some breakfast because I'm a little hungry. But yeah, just feel free to pop some questions if you want to ask me some questions. It can be Star Trek related or otherwise. Davey said the Into Darkness press was kind of weird ahead of the release, denying that Cumberbatch was Khan. It's so weird that they would deny that, isn't it? Like, just say that he's Khan, and then I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. They were trying to just surprise people, but like everyone already knew at the same time. Odd. The powers that be, TPTB, the powers that be. That makes so much sense, actually. Absolutely. Andrew says they did lie. It was too bad. Strange. Devin said, yes, you did. It was the proper send-off to Tasha Yar and Sheena McGavin. Okay, yeah, about yesterday's Enterprise. Yeah, I do remember yesterday's Enterprise. Really great episode of TNG. One of my favorite ones that I reacted to, actually. I wasn't sure if that was the title, but that one was amazing. Obviously, I didn't know Tasha Yar too much, but from what I did, I liked her. She died in Skin of Evil just like so suddenly, but seeing her come back in yesterday's Enterprise and then having her final send-off be there was actually really, really nice. It was really great writing. Andrew said, the Enterprise doesn't fire a single shot in Into Darkness. That's a problem right there. It doesn't fire a single shot in Into Darkness? I guess you're right. It kind of doesn't. It kind of just sits and gets shot at, and then it falls to... Yeah, you're kind of right, actually. Picard will be in 2025. Devin, Picard will be when Voyager is over, and Voyager is going to take some time. So I need to do DS9 first. DS9, I have 4 more seasons. No, yeah. Season 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 4 more seasons, not counting the end of season 3. Let's say it takes about 2.5 months to do a season of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, maybe 3 months to do a season of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. That's 3, 6, 9, 12 months. That's a whole year more of Star Trek Deep Space Nine before I get into Voyager. And Voyager is what, 7 seasons, 6 seasons? So it's gonna end the same amount of episodes, same length episodes. So it's gonna take me another year and a half to 2 years to do Voyager. So you're kind of looking like 3 years down the line, Picard season 3. Unless, here's the thing. Right now, the only reason that I can't, like, this isn't like my full-time job, you know what I mean? This is like a part-time thing that I do mostly for fun. There is a, like, obviously I do gain some monetary benefit from this, but for the most part it's just for fun because the monetary benefit isn't enough to live off of, you know what I mean? So I have other things that I have to do as well that earn me money in order for me to pay rent and stuff like that and pay for food. But eventually, I mean, a dream would be to do YouTube full time. And if I did YouTube full time, I could do DS9 and Voyager all at the same time and do Picard in like a year or two. You know what I mean? Instead of in 3 years, because I have to do the shows individually just for time wise. But yeah, at the moment, Picard is after Voyager and it's DS9, and then I'm doing Voyager. And then I can do Picard. So it's going to be a long wait. I'm very sorry about that. It's going to be a long wait, Devin. But hopefully you'll stick around for the Star Trek reactions until then. Andrew said no one is going to know Tasha. No one got to know Tasha Yar too much. I guess she did die in the first season. So that makes sense. Evan said, I was too young when Into Darkness came out, so I didn't see Khan coming. Sure, Cumberbatch looks nothing like Montalban. Okay, yeah, that's Khan's name. But Khan was supposed to be Indian anyways. Yeah. Khan is supposed to be Indian, but then I don't think Montalban is Indian either. So it's kind of funny that they made him Indian. They could have just like made him like not Indian in like the first original movie, or even in like the Star Trek Into Darkness. They could have just changed his where he was from. But I guess Khan is like an Indian name, right? So I guess it wouldn't really make sense. I did think that was kind of funny. Silent Eva says, "Oh dang. Didn't know you were on live today. Oh man, you missed it. Well, you can always check out the replay of the live if you want. Yeah, I just watched the whole Star Trek 2009 movie. It was so much fun. And thank you for stopping by on the live anyways, even though you didn't know." Kyle Lamb said, Cumberbatch was miscast as Khan. It needed to be a different personality closer to Ricardo Montalban. Yeah, I think that I like Benedict Cumberbatch a lot as an actor. I just think that he was not the right. I think he always gets picked for like the intellectual characters, you know what I mean, like the smart intellectual characters because of his demeanor, the way that he looks and stuff. But I agree, I would have liked to see someone else's Khan. Jonathan says Voyager is the same amount of episodes. Davey says they should have had Cumberbatch's Khan do some earbugs. Davey, please explain. My mind cannot comprehend what you're saying right now. I feel dumb. Benny Ford says, I'm banking on TNG all seasons reactions to happen after Voyager. Yeah, I would actually love to do TNG all seasons. And again, I would do probably DS9, Voyager, and then Picard season 3 or something like that. And then I would probably go back and watch TNG, because I just want to do an rewatch of TNG, and I feel like there's so many episodes that are good that I just missed. So I would be kind of, and it would be so long since I watched a lot of the episodes at that point. It would be like 4 years since I started watching TNG, right? So it'd be good to go back and just watch all of TNG. I think that would be a lot of fun. Okay, Suli asked, Enterprise, sorry. Where am I going here? Yeah, Kyle, this is a hobby, not a job. This is just a hobby, not a job at the moment. A dream, it could become a job, but at the moment, it's just a hobby. But I'm very lucky that this is my hobby and that I have all you wonderful people here talking to me while I'm doing my hobby. You know what I mean? While I love watching movies and talking to people, and I'm so lucky to be doing this, even if it is a hobby. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just thank you so much, everyone, for just being here and taking the time out of your day to talk to me and stuff. I really do appreciate it. Okay, I need to scroll up the chat a bit. One sec. Enterprise, Andrew is saying, is a good show. Suli asked, Ollie, I guess there are no plans to react to ENT then? ENT, what's ENT? I'm trying to think. Is that the Enterprise show? Enterprise. I would like to react to all the Star Trek shows. Don't get me wrong. I would like to react to Enterprise. I'd like to react to Strange New Worlds. I would like to react to all of them. But it's just going to take a long time, and I don't know how long I'm going to be reacting for, so I can't promise anything. Voyager is the only one I can semi-promise because it's the one after DS9, and I would like to be reacting at that point. But again, I just can't promise anything. But if I have the time, whether it's I watch each show individually and it takes 12 years to watch all the Star Trek shows, or if I get, I don't know, very, very lucky and I can do this full time and I can watch like 2 or 3 Star Trek shows at the same time, I would love to watch all of them eventually. I just don't know. I just don't know if I will be able to. And that's the honest truth. I just don't know if I'll be able to, or if I'll be able to react to all of them, I should say. Yeah, again, Enterprise, Glazed Ham. I love that name, by the way, Glazed Ham. I would love to watch Enterprise. I've heard some decent things about that show. Devin said Tasha Yar couldn't catch a break, although the actress kind of did this to herself. I heard that she wanted to leave. Silent Evil said, okay, well, I'm actually not a fan of J.J. Abrams' Trek, so okay, well, maybe you would have been a fan, Silent Evil, if you watched the stream, because we were just talking good things about this movie. We were talking happy thoughts about Star Trek 2009 today. I want that green plushie. Where can I get it? The big Baby Yoda green plushie that's behind me in every video. I don't know where you can get it. I think Costco. I got this as a birthday gift like 3 or 4, maybe 4 years ago now. So it's been with me through tough times, thick and thin. You know what I mean? But I think Costco. I think my friend got it for me at Costco. Let's see. Yeah, okay, Su Lee says Montalban was Mexican and he was playing an Indian person. So even the original didn't get that right for some reason. A little strange. Oh, the earbuds, Davey. That makes like the butt, like the actual. I thought you were talking about like, you know, when people get like a song stuck in their head. I think they call that an earworm. I was thinking of an earworm, but no, like actual bugs. Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Ent equals Enterprise. Ent can also mean the Ents from Lord of the Rings, the big tree guys. Oh, to get paid to watch Star Trek. Yeah, I am lucky. Even if it's not a full-time career, there's still some monetary gain. So I am very lucky and in a very lucky position to be able to watch Star Trek with you guys and make some money on the side from it. You know what I mean? It just helps a lot with day-to-day life, but I also get to watch Star Trek and just talk to you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for the support, everyone. It really does mean a lot. I can't express that enough. Davey says your community is so kind to each other. Feels nice after watching live TikToks, because those live TikTok is a hellscape. If you want horribleness, go to live TikTok or Instagram comments. But I'm really glad my community is so nice. Everyone is very kind and friendly to each other. Sometimes there can be a little argument here or there, but usually it's resolved pretty quickly, and usually it's just because people are passionate about things. But most of the time, it's a very nice community, and I love talking to you guys a lot. IMHO, in my humble opinion, you don't need to do all of Voyager. It can be inconsistent and isn't really that much of a serial show. Yeah, I'll get to that. I'm not sure how serialized Voyager is, but I'm going to ask that question to my patrons and see what they think when I get closer to watching the show. Benny Ford says you should watch along to your watch-alongs of TNG when those episodes fall into the seasons, of course. I should watch myself watch TNG, and then people can watch me watch TNG. And then they can record themselves, and I can watch people watch me watch TNG. And it can just go on and on forever. That'd be funny. Okay, Su Lee says, Matt says, Matt C says, do you prefer this morning reaction time or the usual evening time? That's a good question. I actually probably prefer the morning time. I didn't think I was going to for live stream. When I react to movies, I actually react to them in the morning. Whenever I watch DS9, whenever I watch any movies for the channel, I like to watch them early in the morning, like 9. Well, that's not early, I guess, but I like to watch the movies around 9 a.m. because then usually they're done between 11 and 12, and then I feels like I have the rest of the day to edit or do work or, do other things instead of watching them in the evening where I have to be back in the evening and watch. I can just wake up, get out of bed, shower, and then watch. So I quite like watching stuff in the morning, or at least I prefer to watch stuff in the morning more than I do in the evening for the channel. And so I kind of like the live stream in the morning, to be fair. Hope that answers your question. Let's see. Suli says, I really think Voyager reactions could be like TNG. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people have been saying this. I will pull my Patreons and I'll just ask them to vote yes or no. Should I do a best of or full Voyager reactions? And we'll see what people have to say there. Mr. Death Pilot, I keep thinking about this and I always forget. I always forget everything. Mr. Death Pilot, I do. Your lyrics are on my mind. And then every time I do a DS9 reaction, I forget to do it. And then the reaction finishes and I go, oh yeah. So I need to put like a note or something for my next DS9 reaction. I need to put like a note that just says sing the song, you know what I mean? And I'll try to sing it. I promise it'll happen eventually. I'm so sorry that it hasn't yet. Jonathan says the Baby Yoda is on Walmart site. It's pricey. I actually don't know the price because again it was a gift and I was scared to look up the price. So, yeah, Davey, arguments of movies can be kind of fun. I agree. I encourage arguments from time to time just because it can be very constructive in terms of how you view something. If you it's never good to be in a community where everyone is just like-minded. It's always good to be in a community where people have different opinions because then you can learn a lot about these different opinions and learn a lot about why people actually don't like the movie, and you can make a better judgment yourself, you know what I mean? And you can always look at a movie through a different lens as well, you know what I mean? Like a different set of eyes if you know how someone else has reacted to a movie. Voyager hits the reset button. I don't know what that means, Suli, but that's interesting. Silent Evil says, yeah, there's been like a tradition of a cast member character from the previous appearing in the first episode of a new Trek show. Oh, that makes sense, I guess. That makes sense, just kind of bringing people in to just kind of ease over the transition of shows. That actually does make sense. What did you guys like in terms of morning time reactions or like morning time live streams or afternoon live streams? Please let me know. Davey, have you considered adding a podcast to your brand? More just talking movies and not having to watch. I have really wanted to do a podcast. I don't know what it would be on, but I really find podcasting interesting. I took a course in it. I got to make my own 30-minute podcast or something. It was really, really fun. And so I was like, oh, I would love to do this, but I would want to podcast with someone. First of all, I don't really know who I would do that with. And second of all, again, I just don't have the time for it at the moment. Again, if this became more of like an actual career for me, I would definitely do a podcast. 100% I would do a podcast. But at the time, 3 videos a week, like 2 movies a week plus 2 DS9 episodes, and the editing for all that is already like, it's already very solid amount of work for me to do. So I would love to do a podcast. It's just not a possibility at the moment, but maybe in the future there will be a podcast, so maybe keep your eye out for that in the next 5 years. Hopefully in the next 5 years at least. Oh, Marathon Lord of the Rings trilogy live stream for charity. That's a good. Kyle, I think you gave me another thing. You gave me that t-shirt recommendation. I think you're coming up with some good ideas today. Yeah, you come up with some good ideas. Charity live stream. That might be good. I will think on that, actually. I will think on that. 14 hours is a long time. You guys better turn up for a 14-hour live stream. Okay, Jonathan says he likes the morning time. Whatever I vote on will lose, says Bunny Foot. It just be like that sometimes, you know. I'm sorry about that. It's just, you can't control the votes, but I'm sorry. I know I remember that when you voted for Sleepaway Camp, which I have right up here, actually, the DVD for Sleepaway Camp. You voted and you really wanted it to happen and it lost by like 1 vote or something. I'm so sorry, Betty Ford. I haven't watched your Blade Runner 2049 reaction yet. It was really not big on that movie. Silent Evil, it's a good movie. You could rewatch it and maybe you'll appreciate it. I quite like that movie. It's not argument, it's passionate debate, says Jonathan. Passionate debate. We won't call it argument. Passionate debate. Kyle Lamb said afternoon. Benny Ford said a podcast would be good from Ollie talking about his favorite movies. Yeah, I would love to do a podcast. I would love to do a podcast. I'd just talk and talk and talk. And I would just talk about movies. I can just ramble about movies all day, you know. Suli said, this morning time works well for me. I'm on the East Coast, so it isn't too early. And Davey said, oh, Davey's talking about the podcast. Yeah, big podcast factors, time, theme, and someone to do it with. Yeah, exactly. I would need a theme would be movies. Time length, I don't know, probably 30-minute segments on a movie. With who? I don't know. I also have the capabilities to do a podcast. Like I have a good podcast mic and stuff. I just, yeah, maybe I can find time. Maybe I can find time to squeeze in a podcast. Who knows? But podcasting would be fun. So some people like the afternoon, some people like the morning. So it seems like I'm just gonna keep polling people on Patreon. If you wanna take charge, if you wanna have input on when the live streams happen. This doesn't happen often on YouTube. Usually it's just a Patreon exclusive live streams where people on Patreon just come as like a thank you. It's like a thank you basically for being on Patreon, and it's just a live stream for my patrons where they choose the movie, then they choose the day, and they choose the time. So if you want to have input and watch me watch more movies, you can join my Patreon, but obviously you don't have to. I'm just saying, like, I don't live stream on YouTube as often as I do on Patreon, which is like once a month. But again, you don't have to. I'm not pressuring you to do that or anything. So thank you for listening to my little segue there. Kyle, yeah, you're just the ideas man today. You need to go to a business and start pitching some ideas today. You're on fire right now. Jordan's vision might be fun. I think you're talking about the Lord of the Rings live stream or the podcast. Either way, they would both be fun. Silent Evil said, I only watched it once in theaters. It's due for a rewatch, but it just pales to the original Blade Runner. I actually liked it more than the original, so we can have a friendly debate on that. We can have a friendly debate on that if you want. Yeah, I kick back from that t-shirt idea. The t-shirt idea is actually really fun. I survived the Bell riots or something like that. Like I might look into that idea. I will quote you on it, though. I'll make sure everyone knows that it was your idea. I'll make sure everyone knows it wasn't my original idea. Okay, just a few more questions before I go. Mr. Death Pilot says, are you considering having someone vet your comments for spoilers? No, maybe. I don't know. I feel like you guys are pretty good at not spoiling things overall. Obviously, there are a few people who get ahead of themselves and spoil certain episodes and spoil certain things, but for the most part, you guys are actually really, really good at just saying. You guys will be like, oh, this episode in season 6 is exciting. You know what I mean? And I don't care if you say that. Like a lot of people have been like, oh, in the pale moonlight or something in season 6, I believe, is the best episode of the show. And I don't care if you say that. Like, I don't care if you tell me if an episode is good or bad, because I'm going to make my own opinion of it when I watch it anyways. Like, obviously I'm going to be excited to go into in the pale moonlight or something because people have been saying it's awesome, but I don't care if you say that because people said Move Along Home sucked and I actually kind of enjoyed that episode. So I will form my own opinion on it whether I like it or not when I watch the episode in the first place. But in terms of, like, I don't know, people saying very specific things, there hasn't been that many times where I've read a comment and been like, oh, you just spoiled a specific thing. You know what I mean? I think the biggest thing is that I know, okay, guys, I know that Worf is in season 4. Don't tell me when he joins season 4. Please don't tell me when he joins season 4. I don't know when he joins season 4 of DS9, but people have told me that Worf joins season 4. But people told me Worf joins season 4 of DS9 in like season 1 of DS9. They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna be so excited for Worf because you're watching TNG at the moment as well. You're gonna be so excited to see Worf in DS9. He comes in season 4, but they never told me when. So I'm excited to see Worf. But yeah, just try not to say characters when they come. I know I'm not answering your question anymore, Mr. Death Pilot, but just don't tell me when characters appear or what happens to characters and stuff like that or anything. Just tell me all, like, I will appreciate if you tell me if an episode's good or bad, if you liked an episode or not. Basically, that's kind of what I want. But yeah, I do know that Worf is in season 4, but just don't tell me when. Just make sure you don't tell me when. But Mr. Death Pilot, I think it's okay. I've kind of learned to side eye read comments, if you know what I mean, where I will kind of glance at a comment and I can judge fairly decently if it's going to contain spoilers or not. Sometimes obviously my judgment is off, but I think at the moment I'm okay. But if it becomes like a huge hassle, then I can discuss it with you, I guess. You know what I mean? I can discuss it. I have your email. You've emailed me, so I can discuss it with you if it becomes a huge hassle. I haven't seen any of the Clerks movies, Benny Ford. Would they make good reactions? Mike S. No, I have not seen any episode of any new Trek. Any new Trek show I have not seen a single episode of, and that includes Strange New Worlds. Jordan Edge Vision. Some people do like to troll. They do. Davey said, "I try to wait till after, then we hit you with the fun facts." Yeah, I love it when people put the fun facts on the thing. I love there's some people who do like fun facts and trivia and mistakes and stuff. I love reading those comments. They're so much fun. I look forward to the lyrics, Mr. Death. Yeah, I look forward to seeing it as well. Martin, yeah, oops, he knows about Worf. I do know about Worf. This is what happens at the ends. Yeah, people just really like to troll, which is why I mean I don't like to put out what I'm watching necessarily. I mean, I have my calendar and stuff on my schedule, but I don't get too many comments on my schedule, which is nice. But yeah, a lot of people are, at least in the community that I have around Star Trek, are fairly decent at not spoiling things, which is very, very nice. You knew Worf was on DS9 from the Defiant being in First Contact. I honestly didn't remember the Defiant, Jonathan. I didn't remember the Defiant being in First Contact. I just didn't remember it because it didn't really like strike me when I watched First Contact that was the Defiant, because I didn't know what the Defiant was in the first place. So yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know. But people told me it's okay. Benny Ford, no, you did not ruin Beau is Afraid with my setup. With your setup. I love Beau is Afraid. That reaction is a Patreon exclusive reaction, but that reaction was so much fun. And yeah, Benny Ford, you did not. I really like it when people discuss why they like the movies. As long as you don't do it in like an incredibly spoilery way, I don't mind if you say something ahead of time. David, you came back and it's over. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It is over. The movie is over. But you can always go back and rewatch the live stream if you want. You don't have to. And I also have a reaction to this movie on the channel already, like an edited down reaction if you want to watch that instead. Well, the Worf spoiler is in my lyrics. I knew the Worf spoiler before is in your lyrics. I forgot it was in your lyrics. It is in your lyrics, isn't it? But I knew that Worf was in the show before you sent me the lyrics in the first place. Yeah. Martin, I do remember where the Defiant was when people tell me that it was there. I wouldn't have remembered that. You know what I mean? Because the Defiant just wasn't an important ship to me. But now I can rewatch First Contact and go, you know what I mean? That's the Defiant. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end the live stream there because I am kind of hungry. So I want to eat breakfast. So basically, that is going to be the end. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by this beautiful Saturday morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. Hopefully, you guys have a good lunch or dinner or something. Go about your day, do some chores. I don't know, relax. Just have a really nice weekend overall. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the movie, and I would like to do some more YouTube live streams. Hopefully gonna do a few more in the coming months, so stay tuned for those as well. Maybe I'll do Into Darkness and Star Trek Beyond. Maybe I'll do the trilogy, the Kelvin timeline trilogy on YouTube or something. That could be fun, and then Benny Ford can use his Blu-rays that he just got. Thanks. Oh, thank you, Benny, for the happy birthday wishes. That's so nice. Not my birthday today, everyone. It was my birthday last week, but thank you so much for the well wishes. Looking forward to Wednesday. Yeah, see you Wednesday, everyone, for DS9. If you're watching my DS9 reactions, if you're not, check them out. I'm loving DS9 so much. Have a great day. Oh, Kyle, have fun with IMAX Dune. That is going to be awesome. Have a great day, everyone, and I will see you on Wednesday or Monday for a movie, Wednesday for Star Trek DS9, or Friday for another movie. Okay, guys. Bye.